welcome back to Rasan's ASMR Journey. I'm Rasan, and I'll be doing the journey. And today we're going to talk about some movie facts about the movie Frailty. Frailty was a movie that came out in 2001, and it's one of my favorites from back in the day. I don't think it got enough love back then, and that's one of the reasons why I want to talk about it today. Let me give you the brief synopsis of the movie, and then we're going to get into some facts. Frailty is a psychological thriller horror directed by Bill Paxton. The story revolves around a man named Fenton Meeks, who comes forward to the FBI claiming that his brother Adam is a serial killer. Fenton recounts the events that led to the killings, telling the story of his father who claimed he was receiving visions from God. According to the father, God tasked him and later Fenton and Adam with destroying demons disguised as humans. The movie alternates between past and present, revealing a family marked by trauma, religious fanaticism, and moral ambiguity. It explores the blurry line between faith, madness, and the terrifying lengths some will go in the name of righteousness. The tension builds to a chilling twist that redefines the audience's understanding of the characters' actions. It's a dark, slow burn thriller with a very haunting, almost gothic atmosphere, and it asks the viewer to question what's real versus what's delusion or divine purpose. I used to have this movie on DVD, and I've got to get it again. I really enjoyed the movie and the director's commentary. Alright, now let's get into some facts. Production and direction. Frailty was directed by Bill Paxton, who also stars in the film. It was released in 2001. The screenplay was written by Brent Hanley. Bill Paxton both directed and produced the film. The film had a relatively low budget of around $7 million. It was shot primarily in Texas, including locations in Fort Worth. The cinematography was done by James Crescentus. I know I'm saying that name wrong. The film has a runtime of 101 minutes. It blends psychological thriller, horror, and mystery genres. Frailty premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival in 2001. Now let's get into the story and themes. The story is told in a non-linear fashion, switching between past and present. It centers on the Meeks family, who are haunted by visions of demons. The father believes God has tasked him with killing demons disguised as humans. Fenton Meeks narrates the story to the FBI in the present timeline. The movie explores the fine line between religious faith and delusion. Moral ambiguity is a major theme. The audience questions who is right. The film's suspense comes from the slow revelation of family secrets. Violence in the film is depicted mostly off-screen, adding psychological tension. The title, Frailty, reflects the vulnerability of humans and moral weakness. It examines the impact of childhood trauma on adult behavior. Cast and characters. Bill Paxton plays Dad, the father of Fenton and Adam. Matthew McConaughey plays Fenton Meeks. Powers innocent but obedient to his father's commands. Powers Booth's FBI character adds an external skeptical perspective. The performances were praised for their intensity and nuance. Filming and technical details. Filming focused on natural lighting and shadowy interiors to enhance the mood. The movie heavily uses close-ups to create intimacy and unease. The soundtrack was composed by Brian Tyler. Sorry about that noise right there. Sparse music contributes to the slow burn suspense. Visual cues like the use of masks and silhouettes hint at hidden demons. The film has a muted, earthy color palette for a rural, unsettling atmosphere. Some scenes were shot in abandoned or dilapidated buildings to create tension. The editing emphasizes jumps between past and present to disorient the audience. Paxton's dual role as actor and director allowed for personal creative control. The film avoids typical jump scare horror, favoring psychological dread. Reception and impact. Frailty received generally positive reviews for its story and suspense. Critics praised Paxton's direction, especially for his handling of complex themes. Matthew McConaughey's performance was seen as a breakout for a more serious role. The movie became a cult favorite for psychological thriller fans. Like I said, it's a big favorite of mine. And also, I believe that it's Matthew McConaughey's best role to date, if I'm going to be honest. Outside of the detective series he did, I can't remember the detective series right now, but I'm sure anybody that knows what I'm talking about knows what I'm talking about. I can't believe I can't remember the name of it right now. And it has detective in the title. And it's an HBO show. But anyway, it has been discussed in film classes for its moral ambiguity and narrative structure, which is really good. Some viewers consider it underrated due to its slow pacing. The film explores religious fanaticism rarely seen in mainstream thrillers. The twist ending is widely regarded as shocking and memorable. I have to agree with that. It influenced other psychological thrillers exploring faith, morality, and childhood trauma. Frailty remains a unique entry in early 2000s horror thriller cinema for its emotional depth and moral complexity. Now I know this is a really short one, guys, but I really wanted to talk about Frailty because of how good I think that movie is and how underrated I think that it is. So, if there's a movie that I would recommend that you watch if you're really into psychological thriller horror, it would be Frailty. If you haven't seen it, please look it up and watch it. I don't think you'll regret taking your time to look at this one. Alright guys, that's going to be it for me right now, and I'm going to see you in the next video. So now